What's up, you guys? I am back with another video. In today's video, as you guys can tell by the topic down below, we are going to be talking about med math, what you need to know to get through nursing school as far as dosage calculations, weight-based calculations, and drip factors. I'm going to be breaking this down for you guys and giving you guys some examples of some of the med math I've had to learn throughout my journey in nursing school so far. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So as you guys can see right here, this is the conversion chart that I used when I was in my very first nursing course. It gives you a really good rundown of what each conversion is, and you need to know these conversions in order to get through nursing school. It is essential, you guys. You have to know it. So in order to be able to understand these questions, especially when you get up to the ones that I'm doing right now where they're weight-based and drip factors, you need to be able to determine how pounds convert to kilograms or how pounds convert to grams, because what I learned not too long ago in one of my clinicals, now that I'm on OB and peds rotations, was that they use grams at my facility for weights for the babies. So if you don't know that 454 grams is 1 pound, then you're kind of stuck doing conversions while you're at your clinical site in front of these nurses who are like on you like a hound dog. So make sure you guys know your conversions. You guys feel free to take a screenshot of this. If you're going to Galen, you probably will get one of these in your PNS or your fundamentals course. You'll get one of these spreadsheets that will have your basic conversions on it, which are just the essential ones that you need to know. So let's go back to our question and work that question out. All right, you guys, so first things first, when it comes to med math, you have to make sure that you read the questions accurately. One of the main things that I struggled with med math before I got a really good understanding of it was making sure that I understood what the question was asking me. Now, a lot of times when you're looking at the questions, if you look at the end of the question, like right here where it says milliliters per hour, then you know what you're supposed to be working towards in the end goal when doing these kinds of questions. So the first question that we're going to do is going to be a weight-based question, and then we're going to move into some drip factor questions, and then we're just going to move into your basic conversions. So if you guys want to start with the conversions, I'll tell you guys where I'm going to be at in each one, but we'll just kind of work our way through each one. So basically, I'm going to give you guys an example of what your basic conversions look like, and then we'll go from there. And now that we've got 47, we have 10 times 50. Oh, hold on, you guys, let me put that back. Times 50. Now that we are subtracting 10 more, we are down to 37. So now it is going to be 37 times 20. Now when you do this, let me make sure you guys can see it. Now, when you do this, you get 1,000, and then you get 500 here, and then right here, you're going to get 740. So then when you add all these up, you bring down your 0, you bring down your 4, and then you get 22. So when you divide this by 24, you get 93. And then that is going to be 93 milliliters an hour. And make sure you put your milliliters an hour on the end. And that is how you do this question. So feel free to take a screenshot of this You guys need it for reference. And we're going to do one more of these questions like this, but we're going to do one that's running at half maintenance or 1/3 maintenance. All right, you guys, so now we are working on another problem that has to do with maintenance and weight. So it is a maintenance and weight based question for your pediatric patients. So this question says the nurse is caring for a 45-pound child in the ER with a history of a fever for 2 days. The doctor's orders read normal saline to run at 1.5 maintenance. So remember, you guys, that 1.5 maintenance is how fast, how slow you're going to run your IV fluids. So then it asks, how many milliliters an hour will you set your pump? So to work this one out, like we mentioned before, this is what's important, and this is what's important, and this right here. That's all I see when I see nursing questions for med math when I do my questions down. So let's zoom this in a little bit. So we have here, you have to convert this from pounds to kilograms first, because everything for children is going to be weight-based and it's always going to be in kilograms. So you have 45 over 1, 45 being pounds, times 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. Okay? So that's going to give you 20.4. Now you take your 20.4 and you bring it over here to start the new part. So now you have your 20.4, which is going to give you 10 and 10, right? So remember, it goes by 10. This one's by 1,000, and this one's by 500. Jesus, it's raining outside. Then you're going to take your 0.4 and you're going to times it by 20. Now, when you do all of these, you're going to get 1,000, 500, and then you're going to get 8 here. Now, when you add all these up, now let me come back over here for a second so you guys understand what's happening right here. So when we did 10 here, we subtract 10. That leaves us with 10.4. Then we subtract 10 again, and that leaves us with 0.4. So that is how we're getting here. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So then when you come back over here on this side, you're going to end up with 1508. You're going to divide that by 24 and then times it by 1.5. That all together is going to give you 94.25. But you can't set your pump, your IV fluids to 0.25. You can't. So you're just going to get rid of that, because this number right here is under 5. If it's over 5, then you're going to round it. But it's under 5, so you're going to leave it. So your answer is going to be 94 milliliters an hour. That is how you get your answer for this question here. You guys can feel free to take a picture of that. We're going to do one more that's going to be set at a different maintenance rate so you guys can get a good idea, a really good idea of how to do these. I'm going to do 3 of each if I can come up with enough examples. All right, you guys, so this is the last one on weight-based and maintenance dosage calculation. This one reads, the nurse is caring for a 50-pound child in renal failure. The order reads D5 1/2 normal saline plus 20 kCl to run at half maintenance. How many milliliters an hour will be administered? So like I said, I've already pre-highlighted the important parts. You guys know which part I am focusing on when I look at these kinds of questions. So we are going to jump right into it. So like I've been showing you guys, when you come into this, you automatically want to convert it from pounds to kilograms. Do not forget that, you guys. That is a big step here. All kid or child medication is weight-based, and it is always in kilograms. So you've got these two, your 50 pounds, which is what was given to you in the question, and then your conversion, which is 1 kilogram, is 2.2 pounds. Obviously, you cross out your pounds here, and you're left with kilograms. So that is going to leave you with 22.7. So then you're going to take your 22.7, and you're going to do it by 10. So as you guys know, you subtract this 10 from here, you get 12.7. Hold on. You subtract 10, and that gives you 12.7. And then you subtract 10, and that gives you 2.7. So that is where I'm getting these numbers from. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Then when we add all this up, or multiply all this up, not add, you're gonna get 1,000 here. You're gonna get your 500 here. And then down here, you're going to get your 54. When you add all these up together, right here, you're going to get 1554. You're still going to divide it by 24 because there are 24 hours in one day. But this time you're also going to divide it by 2 because it is being ran at half maintenance. So if you come back over here, this is being ran at half maintenance, so you're going to divide it by 2, and then that is going to give you 32.3. But remember, you can't put this in your pump for IV fluids, so because it's under 5, it's going to remain the same, so you just get rid of it. So your pump is going to be set at 32 milliliters an hour. There's that example for you guys. You guys feel free to take a picture, screenshot, copy it, write it down, so you guys have a good understanding of how these questions are done. And we are going to move on to a different set of practice questions. Okay, you guys, so now we are going to just do some basic med math questions where you're just doing some very simple med math where it's just more so understanding the questions, not really doing any kind of conversions, but we are going to jump into conversions here in a second. So let's look at this very basic med math question. It says you will administer 330 milligrams. What you have available is 325 milligrams in 5 mLs. So how many mLs should you administer? So what we need to focus on right now is that we want to give 330 mLs, but what we have available is 325 mLs, 325 milligrams, and 5 mLs. And then it wants to know how many mLs are we going to give. So let me zoom in here. We are going to be doing 330 milligrams over 1. Because that is what we're going to be administering. And then we are going to multiply that by 5 mLs over 325 milligrams, because that is what is available to us. Now we are going to make sure that we have our calculation right here. You multiply the top and you get 1650. On the bottom you get 325. So then when you mix this all together, when you divide these two, you get 5 mLs. That is what you're going to administer, 5 mLs. So there's that one for you guys. You guys can take a picture of that. And we are about to jump straight into our conversions with a question that's actually going to make us use that conversion sheet that I showed you guys at the beginning of the video. Okay, you guys, I hope that video was helpful. Like I said, those are some of the dosage calculations that I have done since I have been going to Galen. Some of those are from some of the ones I have gotten from class, so those are some real scenarios that they have given us on some of our exams that we have to pass. If you guys have any other questions or want me to demonstrate something else, be sure to let me know down in the comments. I hope those examples were really helpful for you guys, and as always, much love, and I will see you guys in the next video.